All right, guys, I'm back at it with another one, and today I'm talking passion. So you know how we doing this? We taking this mile at a time. Because if not now, when? All right, so for today, I want to talk about passion. I just want to talk about passion because I don't know if there's a lot of people out there, or at least not everybody out there, pursuing their dreams that are really passionate about what they do. All right, and so this right here, what I'm doing, this motivational speaking and everything, these videos and everything that I'm doing with all this is a passion of mine. All right, so it's so much so that when I go to bed at night, I have to force myself to think about other things. I have to force myself to think about, I don't know, how today went, or what I got to do tomorrow. I don't know, like I just have to force myself to think about other things because this right here, like this I do on the daily. This right here, like it's always running through my head. It's always going through my head on what I'm going to talk about, what my next topic is, or kind of like not necessarily rehearsing, but kind of like talking as if I got the camera in front of me, or I got people in front of me, and I'm trying to motivate them and inspire them. And I consistently go through those talks. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I guess you could say like rehearsing, but I wouldn't say it's rehearsing because I don't have a set thing that I'm going to say. You know what I mean? Like this whole speech and everything that I come up with, all these things that I talk about, I don't have all that written down somewhere. You know what I mean? So this isn't something where like in back of the camera I have those a whiteboard or those cards. You see them on sitcoms or whatever. They have like on TV shows where they show someone with a card right there that says laugh and the audience laughs or clap or whatever the case is, or even for people like a teleprompter and stuff like that. I don't have any of that. So what I constantly do, whether I'm taking a shower or I'm in my car driving somewhere and I'm by myself, I'm consistently talking as if I got that camera. That camera's on in front of me right now and I'm recording, or if I got people in front of me and I'm speaking to them. That's a constant for me on whatever topic it is. So sometimes I could be like a few topics ahead of the video that I'm currently putting out. So for this one, I was already talking about this and everything before today, before this video, before I started recording this. I started talking about it. Okay. And I try to get like the tone of my voice down and how I'm gonna say this, how I'm gonna convey everything that I'm talking about. Okay, so this right here is a passion of mine. So you have to be, whatever it is you want to do, you have to be passionate about it, because a lot of the greats are passionate about what they do. They eat it, breathe it, live it. Like everything they do, they're passionate about. You know what I mean? Like it's on their mind all the time. Like I said, I can't go to bed at night without thinking about this stuff. So I have to force myself to think about other things, or I'm not going to be able to get to sleep. You know what I mean? Because I'm so passionate about it that when I do go to bed and this stuff's on my mind, I start getting like hyped up. You know what I mean? Like I start like tensing up or whatever, and feeling like, oh man, like, and then I could just jump out of bed and just get to it. You know what I mean? So that's why I said you gotta have a passion for whatever it is you're trying to do. Football players got a passion for the sport. A lot of these people, what do they do after they become football players? They end up getting into coaching. They end up getting going on the TV and becoming a broadcaster, becoming an analyst, or you know what I mean? Like a lot of the people in football, whether it's analysts or the broadcasters, the people talking on the Monday night, Sunday games or whatever, all those people, the majority, if not all of them, are former NFL players. You know what I mean? They've been in the league. That pregame show that comes on, where you have that panel of people right there, and they're over here talking about the different games and the players and all that. All those former players. Why? Because they're passionate about what they do. They were so passionate about it that they continued that work, not necessarily playing, but they continued that work into something else where they couldn't be on the football field anymore. So now let's get into something that I know and something I'm an expert at and something that I've done, so I can give my expertise on that. I can give you the analysis and everything, the breakdown of it, because I've played the sport and I've done it. I'm sure the same thing goes with NFL players or NBA players and, people. Well, I don't know about the music industry. I'm not sure about that one. I think some of those people do get into maybe like giving feedback on songs and stuff like that, like becoming a critic. but I don't know if that's necessarily the case for the music industry or even the movie industry as well. Critics, I don't know how that comes about, but a lot of the people, like movie stars, a lot of them are passionate about their acting. So some of those actors you see on screen, like the big name actors, they won't take a script because it didn't align with what they, how they are. It didn't align, like, you know what, that one's not me, because they're so passionate. They feel, sometimes they may feel like, if I take this script, it's not going to be, I don't know, it's like, it's not going to be what I want it to be. It's not, I don't know, they're so passionate about it, they don't want it to be a detriment on their career. Okay, so for this right here, like I said, I do this all the time. This is on my mind all the time. The next topic, the new topic. What can I talk about? What's gonna help motivate the people? What's gonna help inspire them? I'm passionate about this. All right. Like I said, when I go to bed, I have to think about something else or I'm not getting to sleep. And sleep is very important because you got to make sure you're well rested so that when you go on stage or whatever it is you're gonna do, your body had that time to recuperate and re-energize and revitalize before you get out there onto the football field, onto the NBA court, onto the next scene that you're going to do for the movie or whatever. So this right here, I have to make sure I do get that sleep that I do get. I have to make sure that it's valuable. You know what I mean? So I have to force myself to think about something else so that I'm able to get to sleep. Because if not, like I said, I probably never get to sleep. You know what I mean? Like my body would just end up shutting down because I'm up doing this all the time. I want to do this all the time. I want to shoot the next video and I got to get this right. I got to get the editing done. I got to figure out what the next topic is. You know what I mean? Like, so because I'm so on it and I got to do this, that, and the other, I can easily lose sleep over it. I can be up all night just, okay, editing, boom, boom, boom. Make sure my edits are right. Make sure, once I'm setting up for my stuff, the lighting, make sure everything, like I said, I can stay up all night doing this. Just video after video after video after video. As long as I got those topics and everything, I'll never get some sleep. And if you don't get the sleep, you ain't going to be rejuvenated. You ain't going to be ready for that next shot or the next time you're going to shoot a video or whatever, because I'm going to be too tired. You know what I mean? Because I didn't get any rest. So you got to make sure that, first off, you're passionate about it. All right? Because that's going to take you to a whole nother level. Because I can guarantee you, when you're out there doing whatever it is you want to do, wherever your journey is leading you, when you're out there doing that, people can see that. People notice that. People know, like, oh, that guy, look how hard he's training. There was I forgot who it was that said it, but I remember he was talking about Kobe Bryant, and this is how you know this was a passion for Kobe Bryant. And I'm not even big into the NBA like that. I know some of the players or whatever, but I'm not big into the NBA. If anything, it's the NFL. That's my thing. That's where I try to keep up on a lot of things. So it's the NFL for me. But I remember hearing this story, and when I heard the story, or when I heard that, I forget who the NBA player is. If you know who I'm talking about, post that down in the comments. But he said something, I don't remember exactly how it was, but he said something, it was pretty much along the lines of, he went out to practice, and he noticed that Kobe was on the court, practicing his shots and everything. And then he goes out there and boom, starts practicing, boom, shooting his shots, doing whatever. They was out there for a good minute. I forget how long he said he was practicing with Kobe for. But then he said he ended up going back in. I guess he got showered up and everything. Or I think it was before that, actually. When he was done, he went and sat in the bleachers, the bench, whatever. And he's right there. He said he's just sitting there and he's watching Kobe still right there, shooting his shots, still practicing, still going hard, sweating, killing it. Because, anyone who knows Kobe knows that's what he does. He kills it when he gets out on court. So he said he was right there watching him. He's just still going at it up until he finally, I believe it was that he decided, you know what, that's it, I'm done. And then went, took a shower, did all that stuff. And then he went, I remember he said something like he went up to Kobe and he asked him about that. He goes, hey, I noticed that when I came out to practice, you were there. But when I left, when I was done, you were still practicing. And when I left, you were still out there doing it. He's like, so he wanted an explanation. Pretty much Kobe's explanation was, I was still practicing because you were watching me. You know what I mean? That right, when I heard that, that hit me different. I'm like, so he's right there, not obviously that's a passion of his, but he's trying to show other people, anybody that could be watching, because you never know who's watching you. Anybody could be watching. And because he knew someone's right there watching, I can't let him down. I can't let me down. I got to keep going hard. I got to show them that nobody's going to be better than me. And that's why I'm still right here practicing. That's why I'm still on the court. And that's why I'm first one there, last one out. You know what I mean? He was passionate about it. Michael Jordan, passionate about it. You know, Tom Brady, passionate about it. Matter of fact, I still see commercials now. He's retired already, but I still see commercials now where he's still dressed up in uniform, or he's you know, something along the lines of him still playing the game because he's passionate about it. A lot of these people say, I eat this, breathe it, live it, like everything, sleep, like whatever you name it, this is what I do. So I'm telling you, this right here is a passion for me, and I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. You can see it in just my hand and in how I speak to you guys, how I'm putting these videos out, and just my tone and everything. You can tell that this is a passion of mine. So I'm telling you, when you're passionate about it, people can see it. And when people see it, they'll notice it. And once they notice it, I'm telling you, that's going to take you to a whole nother level, because once people see that and notice it, now they're talking to other people. They're in other people's ears. Hey, my videos, for instance, hey, have you checked out Carlos's new video? Dude, go check that out. Now, he was almost talking to me like he was angry with me. He's over here talking to people like if he's yelling at them like they're in trouble, like you got to go get it. So I'm telling you, this is a passion of mine. And I'm going to put this out there. Like I said, I eat, breathe, everything. This is passion for me. So you have to be passionate, because if you don't have passion for what you do, what are you doing it for? You know what I mean? You got to have, like I said, you have to have the passion for it. You don't have the passion for it, why are you doing it? You know what I mean? I had, for a lot of the things that, like hobbies of mine, I've noticed that I always jump from one thing. Like I jump onto this hobby and I'm doing this hobby. And I'm like, oh, this is cool and I like it. And the next thing you know, I find something else that I like. And then I jump onto that and doing that. And I just completely forget that other thing. So I still have some things for it or whatever. And then from that one, jump onto the next one. From that one, jump onto the next one. So I've never found something that I was truly passionate about, because when you're passionate about it, that's all you're going to do. You might have your little hobbies here and there. You're going to have these little things that you like to do here and there. But that one thing that you're passionate, you're always going to come back to it. It's always going to be there. Always right there in the back of your mind. Always whispering in your ear about, you know, the next one, the next thing. For me, the next video, the next topic. How can I reach these people? What new can I say? How can I convey it just so that people hear me? Like not just listen, not just throw my video on. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this background noise. Nah, it ain't like that. So for me, like I said, I'm saying this with conviction. I'm saying this because it means something to me. And because I am trying to change your life for the better. I'm trying to motivate and inspire you. When you get knocked down, lift you up. And then wherever you are on your journey, when you know you're already on that path, you're right there running and you're going to get there, I'm here to help elevate you to the next level. Remember, motivate, inspire, lift, elevate. Mile at a time. All right? So, like I said, you have to have a passion for what you do. Because if not, what are you doing it for? And if you don't know what you're passionate about, fine. Do those little hobbies like I was doing. I was doing this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. I always try to find out where that came from. Why am I like that? Why can't I find one thing and just put all my focus and energy into that one thing? Come to find out, my mom was actually like that. My mom is like that, I should say. Because my mom would start doing this, and it's pretty cool. It's like, hey, mom, you should stick with that. That's dope. And the next thing you know, next time I talk to my mom, now she's doing this. I said, hey, what happened with that? Oh, no, I found this, and I like this more. And then, boom, she's on that hobby. She's doing that. Next thing you know, boom, another one. So she starts getting these things for this hobby, just like I used to do, the things for this hobby, and now she has those stored away because now she's onto this hobby. But then she got things for this hobby, now those things are stored away with the first hobby, and now she's onto this one. So like I said, I tried to figure out where that came from, and then I found out it came from my mom, because my mom's the same way. She does the same thing. Up until I knew that this is what I wanted to do. Once I realized that this was my calling and this is what I was meant to do, this is all I do now. I'm telling you, like I said in a previous video, it took time, but I was able to build up my lighting, my video editing, my green screens, and like all the stuff that I have and that I've got, I've built up to that. I didn't get it all in one shot. But I did that, and then I started figuring out, okay, because I had all these quotes written down already, now I can start talking about these things. And now, and to tell you the truth, when I originally started this journey and I actually put out my first video, that was my original plan right there. But you know, things can change. So, and I'm used to that. I had a job where things would just change like that, and you had to turn on a dime, change on a dime. So once things change, boom, now you're over here. They wanted you to do things this way. Next day, boom, now you got to do it this way. Next day, boom, now you got to do it. So I'm used to things changing on me and having to change, boom, quickly and adapt. So, like I said, when I originally started, it was, I'm going to go with these quotes. And the reason I wanted that is because I felt after reading all these quotes and writing them all down and understanding what they meant, I was like, you know what? I need to put these quotes out there to the world because I don't feel the world has access to all these quotes. And a lot of these were great quotes. You know, I've already said some of them. So, because I was reading those, I understood them, I was just like, you know what? No, nobody, not the world. The world doesn't have access to all of these quotes. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to start being a motivational speaker, and I'm going to talk about all these quotes that I have written down. And now what I realized is now that I'm so many videos in, it's not even about the quotes no more. The quotes are good. I'll still bring up the different quotes that I have written down and everything, and I'll have my whole topic, my whole thing about that quote. And some other little tidbits of information and motivational stuff and inspiring things that I can throw in there with that quote. But at the same time, I've noticed that I'm coming up with other ideas and other things that I can talk about that are even better. Some of them are better than those quotes that I have written down. So I don't even necessarily have to put those quotes out there. Now I can still put those out there, but now I got other things I can talk about. You know what I mean? So passion, this video right here wasn't even an original video that I was going to do. I hadn't thought about that. You know, I had, okay, these are the quotes. And then little by little, I was trying to put those, okay, what's the next quote that I'm going to talk about? What's the next one that I'm going to, and then, like I said, little by little, it starts turning into different things. So I do have other videos that I'm going to be putting out here soon. Those aren't necessarily off of quotes. Those are just different things that I thought of, like today's, when I'm talking about passion, it's like that. So this, like I said, passion, that's not a quote. You know, somebody got a passion. People do have a passion for what they want, what they do, why they do what they do, why they get up in the morning and everything. So that's why, so passion's not a quote, but I wanted to talk about it because I'm not sure everybody, you know, you might not have that passion for what or you might not know what your passion is. Some of you might not know how to unlock it, or you know, you're just lost right now. You're like, I want to do something, I just don't know what it is. And that's fine, that's okay. Like I said, jump into those different hobbies, and little by little you'll be able to figure it out. Like I said, I was turned on to motivational speaking way back in 2012 is when I first really started paying attention to motivational speaking and listening to Eric Thomas. And that's when I got turned on to him, and I started following him and Zig Ziglar, some of the other people out there. But that it wasn't a thing that I decided I was going to do yet. You know what I mean? So I did like it. It was motivating. It was inspiring. I throw on the stuff every morning when I'd get up in the morning to go to work. Boom, start playing something. And then that would help pump me up to where I'm ready to go for the day. So little by little, as time went on, I realized it was in 2019 is when I decided this, because that's when I happen to be driving, I'm working, and I'm driving. And that's when it hit me. I was like, that's when I had thought that, you know, not everybody has access to these quotes, so I want to start doing motivational speaking, but talking about these quotes. That's when it became something that I wanted to do. And it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a full-on passion just yet, but what I didn't realize and didn't understand or know at the time was it would turn into that. Little by little, it didn't hit me yet, because I started listening to different motivational things and just things as I'm driving to work. You know, I'd take drives up to, I'm in the Central Valley, so I'd be going up to like Santa Rosa. You know, and that's like a 4-hour drive. I'd be going down to LA, another 4-hour drive. I'd throw on motivational speeches, motivational music, just to get me pumped up. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, I can feel it. You know what I mean? It really pumped me up and got me going, not realizing this is a passion. So it didn't, I don't even know, I guess you could say it really took off once I started making my first video. Once I got that first video, I was like, you know what? I got to do it. This is the time. It's now or never. Like I said, if not now, when? And that's when I decided to finally put it together. And once I did that first video, it felt good. I felt accomplished. And then from there is when everything started to develop. And that's when I started to realize, like, yo, I can't go to sleep at night if I'm thinking about this. So I have to force myself to start maybe think about nature just to get me calm and collected and relaxed, so that I can, my body can mellow out, my heartbeat goes down and everything, and everything kind of calms down and relaxes. Now I can go to sleep. And then boom, once I wake up in the morning, I wake up early. Once I get up in the morning, now it's back to it. Now let me get my daily, I do have a daily routine. So once I get my morning routine out of the way, I got some stuff that I write down and listen to. And then after that, okay, next topic, boom, how am I going to do this? And I have that topic written down. And like I said, little by little, I'm like I said, not necessarily rehearsing, but I'm going over how I'm speaking this as if the camera's on in front of me or if people are in front of me. And I'm talking, just how I'm talking to you right now, that's how I'm doing it. That's exactly how I'm doing it. Okay, boom. And then I'm over here saying it. So I'm actually, I guess you could say that video is made before I even make the video, if that makes sense. So all that's already done. I already have it in my head. Now it's a matter of, because I don't write the stuff down, like I said, I don't write these speeches down. So now it's a matter of once I have that camera on and I hit record, now I gotta hope everything comes back to me, but I also do it to where as I think about it while I'm saying it, then I'm saying it. So like to better explain that, like as I'm saying what it is that I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to convey to you, because nothing's written down, anything new that pops into my head that I think real quickly, that's something good, boom, I just say it, and right then and there. So I'm telling you, you have to be passionate about something, about whatever it is you want to do. If you're going to practice for football every day and you don't want to be there, why am I doing this? I'm only doing this because my dad made me. I'm only doing this because everyone else in my family does it, but you don't want to do it, that's not a passion. You're only doing it because you feel obligated to do it, and you shouldn't feel that way. It's like something you're passionate about, like this right here, I don't feel obligated to do this. I do this because it's something I want to do. So find that passion. It could be little hobbies here and there. I'd say a second passion of mine, this one supersedes any other passions I may have. I do have another passion, but this one supersedes that. So this other passion, I've noticed, I didn't notice it was a passion up until I noticed I wasn't in that workforce anymore. Once I wasn't doing that anymore for work, then I noticed, dang, that is something that I'm passionate about without even realizing it. So you will have a passion, you don't even know it's a passion yet. That's what you gotta, I'm telling you, really sit down and figure, what can't you go without thinking about? What are you doing? When you go to bed, is that something you're thinking about where you can't go to sleep because that's on your mind and you have to force yourself to think about something else? That's a passion. What is it? And then try to figure out how to unlock it. Once you have that unlocked and you can turn that into a revenue stream, you're good to go, because entrepreneurs are everywhere now. I'm telling you, people now, they go out, people now what? They have that Cricut that I think you could buy. And that like makes stickers, and you can make shirts, like make things you can put on shirts and cups and just all kinds of things. People are doing that now and making a business out of that. They just go out, buy that Cricut or whatever machine you need, an embroidery machine, whatever machine you need to put that on, put different emblems, pictures, or whatever the case is, onto different types of things, whether it be cups, shirts, stickers, decal, whatever, you name it. A lot of these people are starting to buy those machines and starting to put products out there and then creating an online store for it. Boom, that's a revenue stream right there. And a lot of these people are passionate about it. Matter of fact, I know a few people who do those types of things. And they are making pretty decent money. Why? Because they found something they enjoy doing and they're passionate about. And to them, it's not work. To me, this isn't work. This is just something that, hey, I'm going to do this regardless. So I'm telling you, you might not know what it is now, but just sit down and try to figure out, really reflect and think about what you can't go without doing. That other passion, matter of fact, I skipped over it. That other passion I have of mine is actually arbor work. So it's work working with trees pretty much, because that was I was doing that work for like 5 years, and that I found out, where I got to know these different tree species. I got to know the different growth rates of the trees. I got to know different aspects of the tree to determine, can that tree just get away with a trim, or do we have to remove that tree completely? And then I have to know what kind of tree it is, because different types of trees you can only trim a certain way. You know what I mean? Different trees have different aspects of them, and you have to know what kind of trees they are. So the reason I'd say that's a second passion of mine is because I'm just driving down the street. I'm just driving, okay? And I notice I'm always looking at trees, always, everywhere. Oh, what kind of tree is that? Oh, that's a Mexican fan palm. Oh, that's a California fan palm. Oh, that one's a queen palm, king palm. That's an ailanthus. That's a crepe myrtle. That's a pistache. That's a ginkgo. You know what I mean? So that's how I know that's a second passion of mine. Is trees, just because I don't think a day can go by where I'm not thinking about trees, or I'm not thinking, like when I go out and about, I'm not trying to figure out the tree species, trying to figure out the growth rate, trying to figure out if that tree needs to be trimmed or if that one can get away with a removal. Where I look at the open cavities in a tree, and I look at trees and notice all the damage on them, like, oh, that tree needs to be removed. You know what I mean? So that I would say is a second passion of mine, but my main one is this one. Because I'm trying to change lives. And if I could change at least one life, hey, I did my job and I'm happy with it. But I'm going to be doing this regardless. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if you don't know what it is, try to sit down, really reflect, and really think about it. If you have to, write some stuff down, take some notes, and try to figure out, okay, what is it that I like to do? What can't I go without? When I'm online, what am I always looking up? It could be something you're always looking up. It could be something you're always looking into. It could be something, I don't know, I don't know what it is for you. So, like I said, sit down, reflect, and try to really think about what it is that you're passionate about, what it is you can't stop thinking about. This is it for me. The other would be arbor work. You know what I mean? Trees, just to put it more bluntly. So it's those two things, mostly this one. And I'm always trying to think of new ways I may be able to convey these messages to you, or new ways I may be able to use AI to help me with this. All right. As a matter of fact, earlier today, I was actually just playing around with AI and talking to AI where it could talk back to you. And I even told it, like, hey, how would you do a speech on this? Which isn't this topic, it was a different one. But it gave me different ways I can talk about that topic, but didn't actually really put a speech together for me. But like I said, I'm playing with it. So AI, I think, is going to be able to take me to another level, in this industry. But right now, I was just playing with it. But right now, like I said, I already have some things that I'm going to have coming out here soon that I'm going to talk about. I already have those topics down and how I'm going to do it. And like I said, I'm practicing all the time, as if that camera's on, or as if people are in front of me, and I'm trying to convey this message. All right. And I'm telling you, when you're passionate about something, people will see it. And when they notice it and they can see it, dude, that guy's passionate about what he does. I'm telling you, they start telling other people. Once other people find out and they know, dude, that guy he's the real deal. I'm telling you, that means something. And then you can start building that following. And then the sky's the limit. Not even the sky's the limit. I don't even say the sky's the limit, because that was another one that I read. Was don't tell me, I think it was, I forgot who said it. I think it was a rapper though. Said, don't tell me the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon. You know what I mean? So like I said, I still got quotes, and I still think about different quotes all the time, and I'm going to come up with them. I'm going to talk about them. But a lot of these things that I'm going to be talking about too are going to be things that I just happen to think of that I feel are going to get you guys on that right path, or get you guys to take that initial step in the direction you're trying to go. Or if you're already on that journey, you get knocked down, then I'm here to lift you up. I'm here to elevate you to the next level. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing. You guys already know how we're doing this. So that's all I got for you guys today. Like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, we take this amount of time. If not now, when?